What up? What up? Yes, the Zapata is real, says Thumbauer. Can we get much higher? Can we get much higher? How's everybody doing? I have no idea what to draw. What should I draw? What the hell should I draw? Somebody give me a stupid idea. Don't give me your favorite character, your cutest character, or anything like that. Draw a cat doing a split. I am like really good at drawing. I am like super freaking good at drawing. Mr. Grinch? What does a Grinch look like? Drawing the Grinch from memory is not... That just looks like I'm drawing me the way I draw. I don't remember what the Grinch looks like at all. Does he have, he has like a pear-shaped head, right? Does he have ears? That looks nothing like the Grinch. All right, well, that's the Grinch. That's as good as you're gonna get. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. Dude, we got a Grinch, we got a cat. What should I draw? Give me something else to draw. Llama with a jetpack. I'm not gonna look up any of this stuff, so I'm doing everything from imagination. What the fuck do llamas look like? Well, I mean, it needs to point somewhat at the ground or else it doesn't make any sense, right? What the hell do llamas' hands look like? They got like little fuzzy tails, right? I mean, excellent. Supreme quality. Absolutely transcendent. Unbeatable. Number one, world class. It's 15 easy, dog. I mean, there's really not much else to be said about it. There really is not much else to be said about it. Hello to TB, hello to B-Man, hello to Farrock, hello to Jeff, hello to Matej Kolar, hello to Colin Gallagher, hello to Ali Z. Stephen, when will it be time to harvest the broccoli you're growing on your head? Well, it's pretty far away. Because I mean, I'm going for that. That's what I'm going for. That is my goal. It's gonna take a long time to get there, but we're not harvesting until we've achieved that and until we've lived that to our complete satisfaction. And my guess is that that living period is gonna be something like another 25 to 30 years of having that haircut. It's just the way it is. Bunions? Draw bunion? Like foot bunions? This is just a way to get me to draw feet. Yeah, it's like a diagrammatic bunion. That's where they come in, right? Sucks. That one's huge. That one's like a second toe. You gotta make it shiny, so you make it a little darker and then you put the little highlight on it. See? It's easy. If you paid attention in art school, you would know how to do that stuff. But you didn't pay attention, did you? The goal is cause parasite form? Dude, I would love to be cause parasite with the, what's the broccoli head? Forget what that armor piece is called. But yeah, I would love to be that. I would really love to be that. I would sacrifice everything my career, my friends, my family, you know, just the ability to be a polite member of this beautiful society that we built. I would sacrifice everything to be a Lovecraftian monstrosity with tentacles, to just be a gibbering, protoplasmic heap of flesh that is constantly growing and ungrowing little dactyl probosces that I use to probe the world of my prey. Are you kidding me? That sounds better than having kids to me. That sounds way better than having kids to me. I would love to get there. If anybody has a workout plan for that or something like that, like a 3-part ebook, e-course, free course, if you click on the link in my description or something like that, for that, hit me up, send that to me, all right? I know I'm not that young anymore, but I'm willing to start, all right? I'm willing to get to work here. Did you see Pewd's drawing video, inspiring stuff? I did, actually. It's good for him, man. Draw a stool with hairy feet. By stool, do you mean poo, or do you mean like a bar stool? Fucking ellipses, sorry. Sorry to anybody who watches this with their kids. I gotta rotate my whole frickin' screen there. There we go. Yeah, well, that first one was all right. Yeah, well, you know. I don't really know how I stumbled into this life. No pun intended on the fact that I'm a stool with hairy feet. Stumbling. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, where was I? I digress. I don't know how I wound up in this life, you know? I guess I didn't work very hard in school, and maybe I didn't take advantage of all of the connections that I had. But, you know, it ain't so bad. Once you get used to being a bar stool that has hairy feet, you realize there's a lot of benefits, you know? I'm a bit of a pervert. People put their ass on me all day. How much can I really complain when that's what I gotta do to make some money, you know? Anyway, yes, doctor, I have this dull pain in my heart that never seems to go away. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I've had it for about 35 years. My wife finally told me, you know, I think you really should go get that checked out. All right, we're doing well here. I mean, this is high quality draftsmanship right here. There you go. All right, what's next? What do you idiots want? Today is your chance to make him draw an anime waifu. That I'm not doing. Hi, Steven. Do you think teaching jobs at universities or ateliers are at risk with AI? Not at ateliers. I mean, I can't imagine ateliers being interested in integrating AI. I mean, ateliers are like almost by definition a romantic sort of history-facing recreation of these old modes of teaching. So I can't imagine ateliers would be interested in integrating AI. You know, these people are already, you know, trying to pretend they live in the 1800s or something, right? Which, that sounds pejorative when I say it, but it's not pejorative. I've taken boot camps at ateliers, considered joining them. It's a beautiful way to live and to study. It just, yeah, I think just almost by definition of what they're doing in that environment, I'd be very surprised if there was much threat to the atelier ecosystem there. It's just a very small ecosystem, so you know how many jobs are really in there. Teaching jobs at universities, I think people will prefer human teachers for the most part, no matter what happens. They want to relate to their teachers. You know, they want to find their teachers aspirational and sort of someone that they can have as a role model and things like that. You know, that's what I looked for in my teachers when I was back in school. But I could totally see it going where, you know, those roles are just way reduced, or even if they're not reduced, maybe teaching jobs at things like universities would become very homogenized because everyone is kind of teaching AI one way or the other, you know? But would you keep your hair in the transformation? Yeah, but it'd be in a different place. It'd be in a gross spot. Can you draw a baby warrior versus a giga pit bull? Oh, God. Goo goo gaga giga pitbull. What kind of warrior? I'm doing sort of a typical. Again, I'm not gonna go look at reference, so what in God's name do pit bulls look like? Pit bulls have like a little dip right at the top of their head, right? Do they have big ears or small ears? I think they kind of look like that. Brace yourself, you monster. Feel the biting edge of my blade, Giga Pitbull. What is wrong with you people? You people disgust me. You get a chance to drive the Ferrari. That is Steven Zapata. And this is where you go? You guys don't even know what to do with me. It's really stupid. I want a Stevens about the cartoon right now. No one could afford it. No one could afford to make it. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Paramount, Peacock, Max. None of them could afford it. They could never pay me enough. They do not have the budget. If anyone out there happens to be the CEO of Max, prove me wrong. Hit me up. Draw the aftermath of the fight, just two small legs standing there. That's too dark. That's too dark. We're not gonna do that. We'll traumatize people. People already love Warrior Baby. All right, people already, look, Warrior Baby is already a world-class, heavily embroidered IP with movies, backpacks, video games, snack pack tie-ins, juicy fruit punches. He's on a display rack at the end of the aisle at the supermarket. All right, Warrior Baby is beloved. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if when I open my PC, my graphics card, that the board partner for my graphics card is Warrior Baby. It's a Warrior Baby board partner RTX, all right? I'm not gonna be surprised if that happens because that is the level of cultural impact that Warrior Baby has at this point. So we are not gonna do him the disservice of cutting him up and having him just be some bloody stumps, all right? As the genius creator of Warrior Baby, all right? Whoever said it in the chat, whoever said Warrior Baby versus Giga Pitbull, I hate to tell you, but look up the Copyright Office's rules for who owns this copyright. I am the mastermind behind this image. And that's the word that they use. It's not you. You're just an art director who commissioned me. This is my product. Try to stop me. Boom. There it is. There it is. Copyright. So, yeah, it's me. And yeah, I've made a lot of money off of it. I have made a lot of money off of it. So as the person who owns it and runs it and made a lot of money off it, it would be wrong of me to desecrate the brand and hurt the IP by creating gore versions of it. So I'm not gonna do that. Draw a sheep with plunger feet. Okay, this one can't go far because I really don't. I truly don't know what sheep look like. No, I got nothing. What the hell do sheep look like? What my city boy is showing. What even is their overall proportion? Also, why are you guys obsessed with feet? You're all gross. Oh my God, what even is the overall proportion of sheep? They're low to the ground, right? I don't know how far the plunger leg should go. Please draw a guinea pig proud of his homemade lasagna. Oh man, that one I would look up to get the guinea pig right. I wish we were doing this with more time. The hell do guinea? All right, let me look at what a freaking guinea pig looks like.
Mission failed.
Oh my God, there's barely anything there. They're so cute. What even are these little guys? Gotta get nice little burnies on top of the lasagna. I think my wife's bringing home pizza tonight. Get the nice little burnies. Hey babe, I'm glad you're home. I made your favorite, my homemade lasagna. I don't know, I just wanted to do something nice for you. I know you've been really stressed out at work lately. I thought maybe we could eat this, have a bottle of wine, maybe do our favorite thing. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Eating our babies. I thought you'd like that. Love you, babe. Real ragtag group of requests here, folks. Real ragtag group. Joe says, I appreciate the racial double entendre of a guinea pig making lasagna. Hurtful but funny. Joe said it, not me. I did not detect that. The stream is officially racist now. I expect to be completely canceled by tomorrow morning. I appreciate it. This is Steven Sapida. Steven Sapida here. Do sheep have tails like bunnies? I don't know. Lizard in a tuxedo holding a martini, high-end art baby. I think that's just Gex the Gecko, so I'm not gonna draw that because the Gex the Gecko estate and memorial scholarship will come after me and copyright claim the YouTube channel. Don't go breaking my heart, don't go breaking my... Edwin Gonzalez says, hey Steven, I've been doing the how to draw book for Scott Robertson, but I seem to be stuck on checking my ellipses for the degree without the template. Does it matter if I don't get the perfect degree? Not at all. None of that book should be, everything in that book, you don't need to stick to it slavishly. No one actually draws that way. Not even Scott anymore, you know? I'm not sure he ever did, right? I think Scott would agree, and I think I'm not talking out of my ass here. He was my department chair at Art Center, and I learned perspective from him. You draw freely, and you use all those techniques as diagnostics when things go wrong, right? When you learn them, yeah, it makes sense to kind of try them once or twice in that very regimented way so that they get in your head, but I really mean it. You try it a few times, and then you move on. You need to draw freely. You can't draw through and do beautiful, graceful designs, or at least that's for almost nobody. That works for like just Scott, if he even does that. You're supposed to draw freely, and then you use those techniques as diagnostic tools to fix the problems that emerge. He needs gloves, or do you want him to burn his tiny hands? Wow, that's very true. I was not projecting myself into the world of the drawing there. Draw Mona Lisa by Steve Zapata. Mona Lisa by Steve Zapata. Da Vinci's undisputed masterpiece. The Steven Zapata Mona Lisa. Painted by the virtuoso auteur of the High Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci, in 1985. The Steven Zapata Mona Lisa was Leonardo's attempt to improve on what he thought to be his greatest artistic failure. The most boring picture he'd ever done, the first Mona Lisa. Upon conferring with his friends, Raphael and Michelangelo, they advised him to, instead of being a lame, pathetic little loser and an effete rich boy who couldn't do anything interesting to save his life, why not just man up and make it a Steven Zapata Mona Lisa instead, said Raphael and Michelangelo as they painted history's most famous frescoes in the Sistine Chapel and in the adjoining room. Leonardo da Vinci, properly excoriated, went back to the studio and immediately fixed the Mona Lisa by producing the Steven Zapata Mona Lisa. The smile on the Steven Zapata Mona Lisa has captivated audiences across the ages. Children have been inspired to pursue art and become great artists themselves upon merely a glimpse of the Steven Zapata Mona Lisa, and they only became better artists if they happened to have an 18 by 24 canvas print of it hanging above their bed. But only the most discerning of parents would have had the foresight and cultural acumen to have purchased such a print for their darling little babies. X-ray technology has shown that Da Vinci needed to paint the smile on the Steven Zapata Mona Lisa no less than 69 times before he came to an adequate solution, one that it was said made even his housemaid tremble with desire. How about a martini glass in a tuxedo holding a lizard? Voila. Hey, Steven, I get why attempting to do your dream images is essential, but don't they inevitably require mastery? I never finish a thing partly because it's so frustrating to not know the fundamentals. Yeah, they probably do require not necessarily mastery, but a level of aesthetic that you imagine them with. But the only way you're going to get that in there is if you practice the pictures. I don't advise, I advise very few people to only do their dream images, right? You do need to, if you have that desire for a virtuosic feel in the pictures, you do need to go learn how to do that by learning the fundamentals, right? But you need to do both. That's why I always tell people I'm not saying only do the pictures. I'm saying never go through a period in your career where you're only doing the fundamentals. I usually advise a 50-50 split, you know, no matter what your time is. So if you have 1 hour to draw a day, do 30 minutes doing your images, trying to be creative on your own grounds, and then study for 30 minutes, hopefully addressing things that went wrong in your actual creative fucking output, instead of wasting your time practicing stuff that you aren't actually gonna put in the pictures. If you only do the fundamentals and you never engage what is the actual ground of your creativity, the fundamentals are just gonna veer you off away from your dream images in all likelihood. If you think that's not possible or that it's unlikely that would happen, talk to more artists. I mean, it's like one of the most common experiences for artists who go down the only fundamentals route. They'll go decades getting completely sidetracked. And it'll take them decades to come back and be like, oh yeah, why didn't I just do what I wanted from the start? You know, it's a painful, painful experience. Steven, is it true that you find Da Vinci to be overrated? If so, I feel vindicated. Whoa. I don't think he's overrated. He's not overrated as the Renaissance man, right? He was really good at a bunch of wild stuff and he had a crazy brain, right? And I think that's how most people rate him. I don't think he's overrated as a Renaissance man. I think it's just objectively clear that he was the weakest painter between him, Michelangelo, and Raphael. I think it's clear that Michelangelo and Raphael were better. It's kind of funny that in spite of that, he still manages to, maybe the Mona Lisa is the most famous picture, you know, the Sistine Chapel competes, but, you know, Da Vinci got it. Da Vinci is competing with the Sistine Chapel with one figure, just a portrait really, while Michelangelo had to, you know, his is dozens of muscular anatomical full figures, just like a much more, you know, forceful attempt at making history's greatest painting. So he's not overrated as a Renaissance man. But yeah, as a painter, yeah, he did the right things at the right time. There's 14 Da Vinci paintings, you know, like he just doesn't have the same amount of output as the other guys had. Thank you for your horrible, horrible ideas for things to draw. You should all be absolutely embarrassed of yourselves. I mean, I am a Lamborghini Diablo. That is what I am. I am an absolutely ultra premium, rich person only experience, not for normal people to tell what to draw. I am the luxury car of drawing, and you guys got to take me for a lap on the test track, and you stayed in first gear. You didn't even kick in the turbo. I don't know how cars work, but I know you guys should be embarrassed of yourselves. Deeply, deeply embarrassed. You could have had anything, and you got ass cat, stool with hairy feet, horny, cannibalistic, stay-at-home lasagna guinea pig boyfriend, a bunion, just a bunion, just a bunion, a llama with a jetpack, warrior baby fighting giga pit bull, a sheep with plungers for feet, a martini glass wearing a tuxedo holding a lizard, and the Steven Zapata Mona Lisa. That's what you guys got. None of you are giving me my due props for honoring the true secret current of Renaissance painting by putting in the background a viewer seeing a UFO. Nobody even registers how deep my knowledge of the vernacular of Renaissance painting goes. That I had the goddamn foresight, the insight to put a little guy in the background seeing a UFO so they could get zoomed in on ancient aliens. But I guess in a sense, that's my fault. Every day I could educate you guys better. All right, everybody, happy drawing. Goodbye to Sansia, goodbye to It Is What It Is, goodbye to Cookie Hand, goodbye to Matej Kalar, goodbye to my dear Joseph Marziliano, goodbye to Gadujwig, Goodbye to Paula, goodbye to Mama Nova, goodbye to Suplex Mess, goodbye to B-Man, Colin Gallagher, Plexel, Saman Kucher, The Dudradom, Sansia, I can't. Mr. Sparkle, Saman Kucher, Sea Dives, and non-local Quantum. Take care, everybody. Much love and happy drawing. I will see you soon.